Hello, happy pre-lunar eclipse week. That's right, we have a lunar eclipse at the very end of the week, starting at the beginning of next week. There's a lot of culmination energy and releasing release energy this week as we approach the lunar eclipse peak at 12:15 a.m. on Monday. So I'm not going to elaborate too much on the eclipse. It's in Scorpio, and we'll talk a little bit about it when the moon enters Scorpio on Saturday. For this reading, I'll be talking about the Monday the 9th to Sunday the 15th, and draw a card for each of the days. We have two major aspects this week with the sun on Sunday, and that play into the eclipse, and then we have a bunch of lunar oppositions this week, and Mercury Retrograde starts this week, and Jupiter is starting a new wheel this week while entering Aries and leaving Pisces. So there's a lot of activity and movement, a lot of duality present as we approach the lunar eclipse. And yeah, solar and lunar energy seems to be the theme. So anyway, I will draw a card for each one of the days, and we'll go from there. So Monday, we have the moon right before it enters Virgo in opposition of Saturn. And so moon Leo opposite Saturn in Aquarius. This is just asking us to bring some discipline into our emotions, and just like take responsibility for our emotions and reactions, or emotional reactions. Pretty straightforward aspect there with the opposition, just a matter of balancing somewhat lack of emotions with just pure emotions. So it brings some order into feelings, and being like a little bit more decisive instead of reactive. On Tuesday, we have the Mercury retrograde. This retrograde will stay in Taurus and kind of just, I think, I don't know if it's if it's going to enter into Gemini season. I don't have the exact day, but Mercury will be in Taurus and allow for some reflection on grounding the earthly energies, as it is in the sign of flowers and blossoming spring abundance. So yeah, time for just keeping to the self and resting before making any big decisions. And on Tuesday, we also have Jupiter entering Aries. And Jupiter in Aries is just being big. Jupiter expands, inflates, and just brings this like massive energy into whatever house, sign, or planet contract that it's in. So when Aries, we're just illuminating or expanding those attributes of life force, energy, confidence, courageous efforts, leadership, optimism, being headstrong. So all those are definitely on the high energy spectrum. So with Jupiter and Aries, we'll be living at large with that optimistic and jovial attitude. Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, we'll also be finding success in leadership. And when we take that initiatory effort to be a leader, you'll likely find a lot of positive energy to follow. So definitely a great time to just be assertive and I'm just going to take the top and step into leadership roles. Likely to be a little more exuberant and charismatic when it comes to being courageous and confident. Good and harmonious energy for taking those bold leaps of faith into new opportunities and new experiences. As I said, I would say that also a time for flashes of wisdom and visions and creative pursuits and passions. Jupiter's just like really heightening the awareness of passions and that internal fire. Jupiter's also, you know, the ruler of Sagittarius, so we have that good harmonious fire and synergy there when in Aries. Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, Saturday, one more day, Sunday. On Wednesday, we have the moon opposite Mars and opposite Neptune. So those two planets are in Pisces. The moon will be in Virgo. And with these oppositions, we kind of just have some heightened energies, heightened emotional energies. Could be a little bit unpredictable, and just know that you're extra sensitive at that time, and probably a little more attuned to your intuition and spirituality. So Wednesday's kind of like an emotional sensitivity day, and then Thursday we have the moon entering Libra. With the moon in Libra will be opposite the moon in Jupiter and moon in, or sorry, the moon will be opposite Jupiter and the moon will be opposite Venus, which are both in Aries on Wednesday. And so we'll have some more, another emotional day, but this is less sensitivity and more action, being expansive in avenues of creativity and of leadership, things that you want to go after versus kind of more reserved and dwelling in feelings. This is more action oriented and directed towards passion. So a lot of emotional energy Wednesday and Thursday. One day's a little more internal, the next day's external. On Friday we'll have the moon trine Saturn while in Libra. The moon's in Libra, so this is a very patient-oriented aspect. We have a very benign flow for patience, and given, like, you know, Wednesday and Thursday, kind of like a very much like a shift in polarities for like emotional flow. This is, you know, a day of kind of balancing those outputs of emotions or energies and really just allowing it to settle before we have the lunar eclipse, which is about releasing and purging emotional debris. On Saturday, the moon will enter Scorpio, which is beginning our full moon cycle. The moon will be square Pluto at the very beginning of this. And and this aspect is always the emotional purging, looking at things that we've repressed and need to be addressed. It's usually some kind of deep psychological trauma or habit, or something reflected in the external that needs to be brought to awareness and purged. And great energy to purge with the lunar eclipse. The lunar eclipse obviously in Scorpio. Scorpio is all about death and rebirth, about instincts, about our empowerment, and a time for endings so that we can make room for new beginnings. And that's essentially the theme of lunar eclipses anyway, so it's just a perfect harmonious lunar eclipse for letting things go and embracing the new day and the new dawn. On Sunday, while the moon is approaching its culmination, we have the Sun Square Saturn. This aspect is all about testing patience. There's some kind of obstacle or conflict that requires yourself to really pay attention to how your work and yourself are identified. On the negative side of this aspect, it could indicate some self-denial, and on the positive side, it could show a lot of internal authority. So very much a time to harness your internal authority for self-sufficiency, because with the self-denial, it's really about addressing whether or not you're expecting external reinforcement for your work, or if you're dependent on others' opinions for your work or your expressions, your vitality. Very much a day for expecting delays in those earthly ambitions and what you're directing your vitality towards, and your desires for expression, or just self-embody, like what you're trying to embody within yourself and express to the world. You could be met with these obstacles or restrictions from a collective point of view. But like I was saying, this is just like a test of integrity of the self. Are you doing what you're doing for external reinforcement, or are you actually trying to create contributions towards timeless efforts and things that will just withstand time, for the betterment of humanity? So just a time for really noticing that with what you're aligning to for your energy efforts. We're also going to experience the Sun Sextile Neptune, which allows for a lot of sensitivity of inner knowingness and awareness, for receptive energy, and just like, connection to source energy and source flow, the energies that allow for you to just like be in that state of synchronicity and manifestation with a purpose of, you know, having this higher calling. So a lot of good support there for meditation and visionary experiences, and a lot of creative energy in this aspect as well. I think that this aspect is asking us to trust ourselves, and is here to also support the square with Saturn, which I think will align with the lunar eclipse in a way that maybe addresses some things that are within ourselves that are really habits of self-denial, and that are hindering us from really being that self-sufficient person that makes all things work in our favor. Yeah, so let's go through the cards. On Monday, we have the Two of Swords. This is not seeing all the details. There's a blindfold here that's one indicating maybe a time for self-reflection and really going in within the self for answers. And then we have the moon here too, so that's like, you know, indicative of intuition. But there's, you know, someone's guarded here and has a decision to make. Also want to say no one's tethered here. This is a choice to sit and be still, listen, and wait. Could indicate some, these aren't stagnant waters, but they're, you know, they're not rough waters. There's some kind of like emotions brewing that could, you know, be affecting a mental decision. But I think there could be clarity within the rest of the week, and definitely energy for finding clarity on decisions that need to be made. On Tuesday, we have Strength. This is balancing our tamed and untamed nature, meeting the beast within ourselves with grace and abundance of divine purity and flow. Having that divine purity, flow, and grace really be our inner strength. This is being composed in a time of, you know, this is a lion of danger, or having, you know, meeting our fears with composure. And knowing that there really is an abundance of beautiful divine energy that is just here in the atmosphere, and it's there to help. On Wednesday, we have the King of Cups. This is also composure, but emotional composure, allowing for emotional intelligence and control to be the main component of leadership here. This is kind of being, you know, being unreachable for the purpose of maintaining space. This is a very empathic and compassionate person here, and having that isolation is really key to being able to discern, you know, emotionally how to navigate. They're at sea. That's also a form of navigating at sea, and having that internal compass. I'm just getting a lot of listening energy. This is someone who listens and understands. On Thursday, we have the Eight of Cups. So clearly some walking away. I feel like this aligns with the high emotional energy, and then this is the emotional energy, but with a direction. There seems to be something that was presented and requires someone to walk away, maybe to follow their passions. Maybe, you know, these were passions and relationships that no longer serve you and require you to just walk away. You're walking towards the moon. The moon's behind. This is, you know, following your intuition. Knowing that there's a new endeavor, but also just having, you know, that those ick feelings of having to leave something that could have been a lot of time. When we think of water, we think of the moon, months, and then 8 cups, that's 8 months. That's a long time. Just to give up on something. On Friday, we have the Devil. We also have Sun, or the Moon trine Saturn, which is bringing patience, but also form of discipline. The Devil comes when there's a attribute of self-denial, of disempowerment, of bad habits and addictions. Someone who's trapped by something ungodly. And something that's like it's very dark, some kind of dark and tethering habit or relationship. Definitely a sign of needing to release or purge something. On Saturday, we have Queen of Wands, who brings us some visionary and passionate guidance. Brings light and life from the void of mystery and intuition. This is having things attracted to you. This is having that magnetism, so that what you need is going to, you know, flow through and be offered towards you. There's a lot of good luck in this as well. And sometimes just having that fiery passion and that be your source of love is all you need for having things attracted to you. And it's divinely in line. On Sunday, we have the sun. This is a very optimistic card. We also have the sunflowers here. Lots of sunflowers. Abundance, radiance. This is the sign of a new day and having those like happy, joyous emotions, just kind of enjoying the sun and letting that light up your world and bring some playfulness into your life. Having that childlike curiosity to just explore the day and be happy. So I'm also going to get a Crystal Ally deck card. Really love this deck. And see what the crystals have to say. I'm at 30 minutes. I kind of kept this short, so really happy about that. I'm sorry for like the longer reading. Sometimes it just happens that way. But anyway, to just overview the cards, it looks like we have some kind of internal debate going on, some indecisiveness that needs to be addressed and requires some internal reflection. Know that there's a lot of strength, inner strength, and divine purity and divine innocence that is illuminated this week. You know, we have like this theme of innocence and purity, and then we have the devil, which is the exact opposite. If I could get the card. So polarity definitely visible here. So finding that grace to maybe align with our emotional intelligence, just like listening intuitively, make a decision. Yes, it looks like you're walking in your decision deeper into darkness to meet the devil. But something allows you to break free so that you can, maybe you have like some kind of visionary moment in that darkness. Because this is rock bottom. This is also rock bottom. You have to leave everything behind to move forward. And at the end of the week, we have, this is also, you know, birth. This is new. This is being born again. So it definitely aligns with the theme of the lunar eclipse this week. I like how strength is there for the Mercury retrograde, and the beginning of Mercury Retrograde, and for Jupiter entering Aries. Yeah, so let's see what the crystals have to say. Let's see if we can get some guidance on the crystals for our lunar eclipse. Sorry, I'm just going to try to get the card really quick. So yeah, thank you for watching the video. I hope that these add some good guidance and navigation insights into your week. I still want to make a video on what I see in terms of like tarot guidance, because I really enjoy reading tarot and also using it for my own discernment, and just bring in an extra layer of insight into what situations are going on for me that require some navigation. Okay, and we have clarity. Oh wow, we find clarity this week. So clear quartz, clarity. Optics is very much a thing, and we have a pyramid here that's very much aligned to the Egyptians, and we have some water, it looks like, but it also looks like, whoa, okay, that's like a crevice, and we have water flowing down. So at the top of the mountain peak, we have two pyramids. Those are power generators, and that's what clear quartz is too. Clear quartz is like a natural generator for light and power. This is able to refract and reflect light. It has a lot of like obviously clear and light bending properties. I'm noticing that this is aligning to the storm element, and that element itself is linked to lightning, which is a lot of power, change, and electrical themes, tapping into that bioelectric self, and having that pinnacle point of insight here at the very tip of the quartz. That is, you know, the power emitter. So I'm not going to read the description. I'm going to actually paste it in a comment on the bottom of the video. So if you watch the video and I haven't made that comment yet, check back and I'll post it there. I hope everyone has a lovely week full of clarity, emotional purging, and level ups. It seems to be like a level up a little bit. So with the Saturn square and just Neptune there to support. So anyway, I hope everyone has a great week and lunar eclipse. Thank you so much for watching, and I appreciate you. I know I haven't updated my website in a really long time, and I say that I will. I'm juggling some things, so I need to release and get that aligned. So thanks for everyone's patience. If you've actually looked to see if I've updated, I hope everyone has a great day. Thanks so much.